So, Crows is one of my favorite all-time manga in my top 10 and is definitely my favorite delinquent manga easily. And for anyone who doesn't know, I generally tend to not really like main characters. I can end up being okay with them or liking them, but them being my favorite is rare. I would usually say no matter what I'm playing, watching, and reading, I tend to be indifferent towards the MC. But this guy right here, the MC of Crows, Bouya Harumichi, is absolutely been my favorite manga character since the day I read Crows, something like 6 years ago. He's amazing, he's funny, he's raw, and he's a great lead. And as one of Suzuran's top dog of his era, the best of the four kings, I think it's time for us to talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bouya Harumichi.
時々俺が綺麗どうもそして僕を見て頑張りますあのね Y'all talking time just tick away You ain't clocking hours on the day All that watch is stopping what you claim Dollar crosses real got me name Hoping God just get me out this brain
I know we've come into a time in an era where everyone cares about being super deep and psychological and over analyzing and deconstruction and everything, but I think the most important thing is entertainment. If you're not entertained, why are you here? I like Boya not because he's super mega deep and all that stuff. No, he's funny, he's enjoyable, and he's a fantastic lead that makes me want to continue the story. In the same vein of Joseph Joestar from Battle Tendency, I just love following what that man is doing. I feel similarly about Bouya Harumichi. One of the reasons that I took such a liking to Bouya was because I find him to be personally relatable. To me, I don't know about anybody else, but I see a lot of me in this dude. From the skirt chasing and doing anything in the service of loving women, like it's so funny to me because there was a time in my life where if I didn't think this thing that I was doing or pursuing would get me girls, it wasn't worth chasing. It wasn't worth doing. And I could kind of see that here. And remember, he's a high schooler at this point, and I was like that in high school. I'm a grown ass man now. I'm not like that anymore, I promise. He's a reluctant leader, something that I feel similarly about. I'm constantly put in these leadership positions, especially in sports and sports team, where I kind of just want to hoop or just play soccer. But because of how good I am, I have no choice but to end up becoming a leader, if not the leader. Bouya Harumichi is so powerful. He's so strong. No matter what school he goes to, despite his free, carefree attitude, he ends up becoming the leader because of his freakish strength, as Zetan had stated. Just like me, he's a lone wolf with a seemingly aloof personality and absolutely carefree, goes at his own pace, does things at his own pace, is not too concerned about much, but once his friends are in danger, he deeply does care for them and will be the first one to arrive on the scene. Even if that means he has to face a million enemies by himself, obviously hyperbole, but the point is that even if he's going to be greatly outnumbered, to save his friends, he will run headfirst into danger. And he usually comes out of it unscathed. It took one of the most detailed, organized plans from Hosen Academy, the Hosen Killer Corps, hella niggas, and an absolute cheap shot to finally defeat this guy. Rindaman aside, which we'll get to soon enough. Now, as far as I'm concerned, in the Crow's verse, and I'm going to add QP universe, because they all take place in the same continuity. I think Bouya is the second strongest. I know a lot of people think Genji and Guriko are up there. I think the only person that Bouya can't beat is Rindaman, who is the legendary undefeated monster who's never lost a fight, except for once tying with Bouya. That is one of my favorite manga fights of all time. The way it was built up, the way that it happened, it was absolutely fantastic because after that fight happened, where they thought they both lost, but it was really a draw, you can see how much respect they had for each other, but they low-key didn't want to do that rematch because in fear of losing. But when Rindaman was graduating, Bouya challenged him once more, where everybody came to watch that legendary fight in the forest, and I'm telling you, it was worth every single chapter we waited for the rematch. Bouya ended up losing by a hair, but goddamn, it was so good. And they just have the utmost respect for each other. He seems to have this calming presence that seems to just relax everybody around him, even if they're going head first into incredible danger. I'm talking, it could be 4 against 60. And for whatever reason, because of his confidence, his demeanor, and how much power that he has, if you're one of the people with him, even if you're not the greatest fighter, you feel like you can't lose. And I like that. I appreciate that. That's a very cool thing that you can't learn that. That's just some type of charisma or built-in intangible that you have that you can't really learn it. You have it or you don't. I also enjoy a lot of his interpersonal relationships with various characters. One of them being Rindaman. Anytime they run to each other, it's this weird posturizing, standoffish. They're just like calling each other's name, but it's really dope. Him and Bulldog have an awesome relationship on top with Mako and others. At the end of the day, Bouya Harumichi is very entertaining. He's super strong. He's mad cool. He's got some of my favorite panels in manga, knocking people out with one punch, punched them out their fucking shoes. Ultimately, this guy is just entertainment. He is multifaceted. Whatever the situation calls for, he acts accordingly, and he has some of the best feats within the Crows Worst universe. I'm gonna add Cupid in there. I also really like his relationship with Zeton. It's like a master and student relationship, or a senpai kohai. Sorry, that makes more sense. And you can see how much Zeton respects him, because Zeton pretty much is Bouya 2.0, not improved, but the second coming. With the slick back hair, the way that he talks and he acts, his demeanor, the fact that he dyed his hair the same color as Bouya, and Bouya passed on the bullshit buckle to him and was excited to see him come to Suzuran when they met. For anybody who likes Crows or reads Crows, tell me who your favorite character is. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you like Bouya Harumichi? Do you think some other characters, Rindaman not included, could be him? Because I mean, he took out the Manji Empire's strongest delinquent, and I don't think that fight was particularly difficult for him. He knocked the shit out of the second Bito brother once they had an even fight, and it's just like, bro, who could beat this man? He even became like so strong that he started fodderizing some of the stronger characters, knocking their heads into each other and telling them not to be stupid and not fight, on top of essentially getting bored because Rindaman wasn't around after he graduated and he had nobody strong to fight. But let me know what you guys think about Crows and Bouya Harumichi in the comment section below. But yeah, this dude is absolutely my favorite manga character, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. But sorry, not manga character, manga main character. My favorite manga character is Nazayoka, aka Kujiro Kudakami from Madaka Box. But anyways, have a nice day, and if you ain't read Crows yet, what are you doing?
In my drugs, pour it in my cup, sitting in my darkness with my ghouls, we pouring up. I don't really give a fuck, I don't really have a say. You tell me that I suck, I tell you get up out my face. You got tears in your eyes, looking like a fool.